Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, man. I saw an interview with Isha Smith on Fight Hype. Look, Isha Smith basically was trying to hint and sneak call Bernard Hopkins a coon without actually calling him that. And I understand he didn't want to say that word because that's real rough when you talk to media about Bernard Hopkins and you black and you use that word coon because it's a tough word to use. It take a lot of guts to use that word, especially on, you know, mainstream TV or, mainstream, internet. I guess you could say Fight Hype is mainstream, you know, and I understand he didn't want to do it, but he pretty much was saying that's what Bernard Hopkins is. Look, Bernard Hopkins is a fucking joke, and I'll continue to say it. He's sad, and he's a chump. He a chump, he a bitch, and he, like I said, he a lapdog for Oscar Hoya. You know what I'm saying? He jumped through Oscar De La Hoya's hoops and shit. Hey, Bernard, be a good mayate and just talk about how much you're against this Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor fight, even though Canelo, we thought about, setting me up with a fight with Canelo. Man, like I said, man, fuck Oscar and fuck Bernard Hopkins. Real talk. Them two dudes is a joke. And like I keep saying, but Bernard Hopkins hollering about what fights should be free. You know what I'm saying? Like my thing is, how about they give back the money that they stole from people last month, though? They should do that, though. Give back the $70 they stole for that fixed fight. To set up a fight in September. Or how about they make Canelo and Triple G free? And as I said before the day of that fight, I'ma let everybody know some of the sites that you can live stream it on. I promise you that. And I'm glad that Floyd made his fight, roughly 3 weeks before Canelo Triple G, so he can take some money out of Golden Boy's pockets and take away some pay-per-view sales. Genius of Floyd. And I do think Conor McGregor will do better numbers than Triple G Canelo, which will be very funny because you'll have a dude who hasn't fought in pretty much 2 years, come out the gate and sell like, at least 2 million pay-per-views. I think Canelo Triple G will do somewhere between, 900,000 to maybe 1,500,000 if they lucky. We'll see. We'll see, man, what happens. But getting back to Bernard Hopkins, I really wish he would really see how pathetic he really is, and people see right through it. It's funny that you got a dude in Bernard Hopkins who's 51 years old just acting like a straight minstrel coon for another person, who's suspected of not even really liking blacks. I stand by what I said. I'm not, I think Oscar always has been a suspect racist. Bigot, whatever you want to call it. And I ain't worried about no Mexicans coming on my channel defending Oscar De La Hoya and bringing up shit that ain't got nothing to do with what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, my opinion is my opinion. And it ain't a fucking thing you can do about it. So you can waste all your time bringing up shit about Floyd and bringing up other shit and saying blacks are more racist than, man, nobody don't care about that. I really don't care what you think. And the funny part about it is these same Mexicans that'll say, that's defending Oscar De La Hoya are the same ones that will come to my channel and say, yeah, Mexicans sell more pay-per-views than blacks and everybody want to see us fight over blacks. Oh, really? Well, I can prove that's a lie, too. Matter of fact, I think I will. I'll prove who sells more pay-per-views. I'll prove who's the king of pay-per-views and who people would rather pay money to see fight. And I got the proof. So that video may come soon. Also, I may do that today too, so I can shut people up and humiliate people even further. But getting back to Bernard Hopkins, he's a sad case of a dude who don't have a backbone. This is a dude that's supposed to be from the tough streets of Philly, but then he not acting tough. He's hitting up doing whatever his Mexican master tell him to do. And I think that's a shame. Funny part about it is he beat Oscar in the ring. And to be honest with you, Bernard Hopkins has made enough money in boxing where Bernard Hopkins can start his own promotional company, more than likely. He does not need Oscar De La Hoya. I would not be around that clown. And it ain't just... And the funny part about it is... The funny part about it is these motherfuckers kill me when they try to... I had some idiot try to justify, Oscar De La Hoya being a rapist. Trying to say, well, it isn't as bad as beating up your spouse. Are you fucking kidding me? Really? Just goes to show you what you must do in your spare time. So... I mean, I'm just keeping it 100 about Bernard Hopkins. I'll never have respect for Bernard Hopkins. Like I said, at the end of the day, I don't be worried about making nobody mad because nobody don't care about, like, disrespecting us. So why should I care about, quote unquote, so-called respecting any other group of people? They do it all the time. So when it comes to Bernard Hopkins, if I seen the dude, like I said, I'd say something to Bernard Hopkins about it. Fuck, I'm gonna be scared of Bernard Hopkins for? You know what I'm saying? Bernard Hopkins wouldn't be stupid enough to swing on me. Why would he? You know what I'm saying? Did you see how Bernard Hopkins got knocked through the ring? He looked like a fucking, you know what I'm saying? For real. Do you see how he torpedoed through the ring when he got hit by Joe Smith? Ain't nobody worried about Bernard Hopkins. I'll tell him right to his face he a fucking coon. Then a minstrel. And a joke up a man. Real talk. Say what you want to say about Floyd, but at least he got his own shit. And he went out and got his own shit. And he doing his own shit. Like I said, well, you like Floyd, his antics and some of the shit that he says, and I don't blame you. If you have a problem with some of the shit that Floyd says, you should. But nevertheless, you can't take away what he's done as a businessman and what he's done outside of boxing. That should inspire you as a black person. You know? At the end of the day, we not cool with some of the shit Floyd then said and what he's done. Of course not. But at the end of the day, some things you have to put to the side and look at the bigger picture of what you can become. If you put your mind and your heart and commit to something. So this is fact. I'm not going to keep, always bringing up the shit Floyd said about the All Lives Matter shit. I'm not cool with that. But then at the other, on the other hand, I look at the other shit he done too, the good shit he done. But this shit with Bernard Hopkins, Oscar might as well have a leash around Bernard Hopkins' neck. You know, like that pimp, from Ohio that, put his hoes on the leash and shit. That's what Oscar De La Hoya might as well do with Bernard Hopkins, because Bernard Hopkins is his lapdog, and I will never respect Bernard Hopkins, especially for the shit that he doing when it comes to Floyd Conor McGregor. Because like I said, we all know if Canelo was fighting Conor McGregor, people would be jumping up and down and going, yeah. Because I remember when Oscar brought it up, people was like, yeah, Canelo will destroy Conor McGregor. You never heard nobody saying, oh, that would be a joke. They was cheerleading it. But because it's a black guy, all of a sudden it's a problem. So, fuck y'all. Real talk, man. I'm out.